Oh, so I found this gentleman here on the road, life size Hulk, and he just found his match. Right, so now we are going to Bangkok. As xBhp, we had already done over 50 countries on some of the world's best superbikes and sometimes supercars too. Before the start of this Odyssey from India all the way to Singapore and beyond to Sri Lanka via Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia and Malaysia. And this would be a total of 15,000 kilometers in 90 days for a total of 11 countries. And we would be doing this on a homegrown Bajaj Dominar 400s. Not only that, there will be 11 riders who will be joining us in different legs of this Odyssey. But you have to see all the vlogs one by one to find out who they were.
Good morning. So yesterday we did around 350 kilometers and today we are all set to head for our next destination, which is Thailand. It's a good weather. Let's see how the ride goes.
Bye bye Cambodia and bye bye Siem Reap. It was great to be with you for a very short duration. Hope to be back. Okay, just saw one Duke 200. I've seen many KTMs here in Cambodia. So the two-wheelers are not allowed on this road that is to our left. I was riding on it. I missed the sign that says two-wheelers not allowed. I rode it for about a kilometer, then realized that I am the only two-wheeler riding in that lane. Hopefully no traffic ticket.
This was the end of our short stay in Cambodia on the xBhp Dominar Great Asian Odyssey. And we were riding from Siem Reap to Bangkok in Thailand via the Poi Pet border. The road from Siem Reap to the border was not much remarkable in terms of things to see or to stop at. However, the tarmac was good and we made good progress.
You will find a lot of cyclists as well on this route, like this one. Okay, there's an elderly couple on a tandem bicycle. They will probably be crossing into Thailand.
Dominar 400 is a great motorcycle to have on these long and boring highways. It can cruise at 100 kilometers an hour even with all this weight without showing any signs of fatigue. And now Bajaj has launched Dominar 250 that makes 27 PS of peak power at 8,500 RPM with a high torque range, which is good enough for you to munch those miles really quickly. You can check out the Dominar 250 at your nearest Bajaj dealership. For now, let's get back to the Odyssey.
This is the border town of Poi Pet. We're just 2 or 3 kilometers away from the border. So it says welcome to Poi Pet and Cambodia Thailand border is ahead. This is the customs and excise office for Cambodia. We need to get our customs sorted here, and once the bike custom is sorted, then we will go to the border, get our immigration.
So we are at Cambodia Thailand border at the custom office, and now we are going to cross the border and we are entering Thailand. Super excited.
So this
have problem with immigration, custom Thai.
you have problems? What? They're not allowing you?
They don't want. This is not for Cambodia.
Oh, you cannot go?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You're from Cambodia?
Yeah.
So they're not allowing you with the bike?
Not allowed me.
Huh?
I never heard like that.
So you have to go back?
No, I will go other border. The small border better.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Bangkok, right?
Yeah?
You go to Bangkok? You sleep
Yes,
in
yes.
Bangkok? Huh?
Yeah.
Me too, I will go to Bangkok.
Okay.
But I know all the border, I will go other border.
Okay. Alright, take care. Bye. So guys, the Thai people, they did not allow them to go. And apparently they are Cambodian. So this is how unpredictable borders are, but so far it has been good with us. And we should not take things for granted.
It took here much longer than what we had expected. In fact, this is the longest time we had spent at any border crossing till now. So this is the immigration office. You have to get your passport stamped from here and then move ahead. And now our passport is done. Here you can find agents who claim that they can get you your passport stamped faster.
So there is a casino at I think all the borders of Cambodia. This is the first that I am seeing something like this, because when we entered into Cambodia earlier also from Vietnam, there were a lot of casinos, and on my right is also a casino right at the border. It's pretty interesting. A lot of people, they're actually walking across the border, and they will be either applying for the visa over there 50 meters down the line, or they already have the visa. So we are going to take visa on arrival. That is what we are going to do, and as mandated, we are going to have an escort also. The Poi Pot border, as we had expected, was quite a busy one, and it took us a considerable amount of time to cross the border and do the paperwork, both on Cambodia as well as Thailand side. Most of the riders even suggested that not to take that border while traveling between Cambodia and Thailand, and take other small border points which are not as crowded.
Okay, so this seems to be the border. We are out of Cambodia. Whoa, good to see you, Mr. Bull. Hello, Mr. Chum. Good to see you. Sadiq Khan.
Okay, so you can go with him
Okay.
to do a visa on arrival.
Okay.
Well, I can read from here saying Kingdom of Thailand. And a lot of goods being ferried across. Man, this is a bit of a chaos here.
And this seems to be the busiest border crossing that we have been to. This doesn't even feel like an international border crossing. It looks like we're stuck in Chandni Chowk. This is partly because now the shift is happening. We are moving from right hand side to left hand side. So this big truck was already in our lane. So we are entering into Kingdom of Thailand once again, and it's good to be back. Slightly familiar territory. Sunny, how was Cambodia?
So Cambodia, very frankly, I didn't like much because it was very flat. I mean, not even one single curve. After Vietnam, very frankly, it was a disappointment. I didn't even like Angkor Wat. I think it was hugely overrated. Well, that is all I can say. But yes, the country has just gotten out of dictatorship, so it's still developing, but that doesn't mean that they will have mountains all of a sudden. So I won't really call Cambodia as a motorcycling country, very frankly. But now we are in Thailand. We are going to go to Bangkok today, and then I think some nice twisties into Malaysia, and then finally Singapore, which is a country but it's not bigger than a city, and then Sri Lanka. It's almost the end. I think 3,000-4,000 kilometers left.
Not even that much. Okay, Kalyani, how was your experience? Your border crossing for the first time, yeah? International border crossing on motorbike.
International for the first time. So for me, the challenge was to ride on the right hand side. That was something new. So in the beginning it was a bit difficult for me, but then I got used to it. I'm enjoying the ride. The bike is doing great, and I'm having fun.
Yes. About the bike, is the first time you're riding the Dominar?
Yes. So this is the first time I'm riding the Dominar. So from the racetracks to riding on the roads, it's altogether a different experience, and I am really enjoying it. There is no problem in the bike as such. We have good tires, we have good grips. Like it's all perfect.
And this bike has done close to 13,000 kilometers now. More than 13,000 kilometers on this trip alone. Okay, and but do you find any problem with the engine or is it starting smooth?
I feel everything is smooth and is best in its condition. I mean, I don't feel that the bike has been ridden for so long. I feel it fresh, and
the engine feels still relaxed on the highways, right?
And I'm comfortable with it.
Okay, wonderful, nice.
This was our second time we were entering Thailand on this Odyssey. We entered Thailand the first time from Myanmar when we had MSK riding with us, and you can check the top right corner of your screen to find the video of our first border entry into Thailand.
We are officially into Thailand, finally. It took us a much longer time than we had expected, just like exiting out of Cambodia and entering into Thailand was also a bit painful. This is primarily because we are changing the riders. Usually when people do trips like these, it's only one rider or maximum two. Here we are changing 11 different riders in one trip. So and nobody in the world has done something like this. So this is a bit complicated process, and even the custom officials are not sure what to do about it. But yeah, we all well, that ends well. So we are into Thailand, riding again on the left hand side. Feels familiar, feels good. And that's Kalyani Potekar on my left hand side. Entering into Thailand actually marks the return journey of xBhp Dominar Great Asian Odyssey. We have two more countries, actually three, after Thailand. So that's Malaysia, Singapore, and finally Sri Lanka. And this also happens to be the most challenging part when it comes to paperwork. Singapore is known to not let people easily into their country, especially if they are riding or driving a vehicle from another country. So there's a lot of paperwork to be done, and a lot of paperwork to be done for shipping the bikes to Colombo and then from there to India as well.
Oh, so I found this gentleman here on the road, life size Hulk, and he just found his match. Right, So now we are going to Bangkok, and still 250 kilometers to go. We took a long time at the immigrations, really long.
So the road on our right on this intersection goes to Buriram, where the Thailand MotoGP racetrack is. Don't think we have time to visit there this time, but maybe some other time.
The roads in Bangkok are second to none in the entire Southeast Asia region, and our Dominars too love these open roads and stretch their legs a bit. There are some amazing buses in Thailand, as you can see here. This is like a video game. Interestingly, if you see on the mud flaps of the truck ahead of me, they have shown Sylvester Stallone from Rambo, and I think this is the one where he goes into the Vietnam War, which is quite interesting. Because of course I was in Vietnam in this Odyssey as well. Alright, so very bad roads, under construction roads. Amazing feeling to be in Bangkok, riding a bike from Delhi. But this is unbeatable. And that guy was in a real hurry to deliver his food or whatever. I think his food has fallen out. And anyway, so this is Bangkok. It is as big as it can get, as cosmopolitan as it can get. It's a mega city. It's got one of the world's best airports, but I still have entered Bangkok by road from India. A flight would take you around 3 hours, 3.5, 4 hours, but I took 55 days to come here, around 12,000 kilometers. So that is an unbeatable feeling. Flowers and flowers, buildings everywhere, traffic jams, taxis, fast cars, and this area has very old dilapidated buildings on my left. This for some reason reminds me of Mumbai. This particular flyover. Yeah, the weather is not hot, it's pleasant. As long as you're riding right now, it's pleasant. Alright, so red lights have started coming in. Part of any big city, it seems. Well, every red light here is a race. Okay. Yeah, this is amazing. They sound like super bikes. They're tuk-tuk here.